Hello and welcome to the Slow City Together podcast. I'm Jordan, and I'm sitting here with my buddy, my bud,
Brent.
He's my brother-in-law. If you didn't know that.
Yeah, we are. Well, welcome to the Slow City Together podcast, where strangers become friends,
friends become
family gets along and quarantines together,
and everything is all right.
That's right.
Hope you're doing well.
Happy Thursday.
It's Thursday.
It is Thursday.
It's hard to keep track,
April 23rd. It's NFL draft night.
Oh, yeah. Cincinnati Bengals. Number one.
Bengals.
Bengals.
Yeah, so the number one first pick in the NFL draft belongs to Jordan's beloved Cincinnati Bengals.
Yep. Have you ever been to an NFL game?
I have been to one NFL game in my entire life.
Cincinnati?
Yes.
Okay.
But
was it miserable?
Yes, because they played a team that they should have beat.
Yeah.
And they lost. And then the thing about Cincinnati fans is that they love to hate their teams.
Oh yeah. I hate them.
and so
yeah.
But you can't not watch them.
But no, I'm rooting for them.
Yeah.
But I hate them. It's very complex.
So that was the only game I went to.
I went to one. Do you remember the game? It's kind of famous now where what's his name? Eagles quarterback Donovan McNabb.
Oh.
Where he didn't know that games could end in a tie, and it ended in a tie, and he was really confused.
That's a dumb rule.
And we were at that game, and it was like 10 degrees outside. It was so bitter cold. It was miserable. It was not fun. It was low score. I think it was 10-10.
It was in Cincinnati?
It was in Cincinnati, and it was horrible.
Really?
So they're not fun.
Okay.
They really aren't fun.
Well, the NFL draft is tonight,
Yeah, okay.
and we're going to watch and see who your beloved and hated Cincinnati Bengals will pick. Who do you think they're going to pick?
They're going Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow?
Mm-hmm.
What if they throw a trade out there and they get Tua Tagovailoa?
Yep. Taco Jaboga.
Yeah.
What is it?
I don't know.
How do you say it?
Tango Lavia.
Tango Vailoa.
Yeah. So
Yep.
Tagovailoa. That's what it is. Tagovailoa.
Vailoa.
Yeah, he is good though. He's really good.
Yeah, I'm afraid this isn't a sports radio podcast, but I'm afraid he's not durable enough. He's too fragile.
Okay. Well, so I'm excited tonight though because it's something that's happening live on the TV,
like a real thing
that we can watch and we can all be connected and be a part of. So if you're around on a Thursday night sitting alone and you have an ESPN login, unlike Jordan,
I won't be watching.
You can watch it.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
What else is going on in your day today? How's your day?
What else? I mean, it's a packed day. We're doing a lot of stuff for Slow City Church this weekend. Kids stuff. Getting set to record our weekend services. Lots going on. Going on. I think I said. Well, I didn't tell you that. Well, yeah, I did. What? This morning.
Yeah.
We woke up to our doorbell ringing at
1 in the morning.
1 in the morning. What do you do?
What was that?
What do you do?
Did you go to the door?
I did.
Do you have a peephole?
No, I don't have a peephole. So I had to.
You don't? Isn't that like a standard thing? You have to have a.
I was very surprised when I got to the door and there was no. I thought, what do I do? What's my next move? There are these little windows at the top though, so I kind of stood on my tippy toes so I could see. And there was just a dude parked in the middle of the road, and he was carrying a brown paper bag.
Yeah.
And he was just yelling.
What was he yelling?
I couldn't hear. He was huffing and puffing.
You didn't
I couldn't
open the
tell
door?
if he was delivering something. No.
Why not?
Would you have?
I would have opened the door and stood on my front porch.
And said, hey, what's up?
Hey, man, what's going on?
Yeah, it was just...
Can I
you're
help
so
you?
disoriented at 1 in the morning when you're awoken. So, I don't know. I just kind of stood there and watched him. He knocked on, like, every door within 5 houses on both sides of the road.
Really?
And then at some point, he lost his grocery bag and just got back in his car and
Somebody
drove off.
took it? Or
I don't know. I couldn't
it?
see him. He went down far enough.
We've been having this... We've been having this phenomenon happening late at night. It doesn't happen every night, but where a car will drive down our street and someone will scream crazy things at the house behind us.
Oh.
They stop out in front of the road and they just scream. Flashlights. I mean, and then there's laughter, but then it's like, and we're like, what? So it's a peaceful evening. We're sitting there enjoying time together after the kids go to bed. This is like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. And so all of a sudden we're sitting there, and through the closed locked doors, we hear just blood curdling screaming, and then laughter, and then peeling off, and then they turn around and come back, and they scream something else. And at first we were worried.
I have a story for you later.
All right.
It cannot be told on airways, but remind me. And if you're listening and you like the story, just give me a call. I'll tell you a story. It goes along with that, but it's a very
middle of the night. What's
bad childhood memory.
Really?
It's a fun story.
So you're gonna tell it to me, and then I'm gonna filter it whether it can be shared on air.
It
or not?
can't be shared on the air.
Okay.
It can't. I'm sorry.
So is the craziest thing that's ever happened to you outside of the untold story is what happened to you last night with a man with a garbage bag?
No, certainly not. I'm sure there are other crazy things.
Yeah.
I'd have to give some thought to it though.
Yeah.
Do you have like one crazy memory of your life? Like this was the
in the middle of
thing.
the night?
Oh, is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's this story.
Okay.
And then maybe last night was just unexpected.
Creepy.
I didn't know what was going on. Yeah.
Really? Just wake up delirious. Can I tell a story real quick, and
Sure,
then we'll
go
get
for
into
it.
some
Yeah.
like content that's
This
good
is
for the
this
soul.
is all content.
all
I doubt we'll get into anything more interesting
So
than this.
when I first got married, I got married in 2004
Okay.
to my lovely bride. Met her in English class. We got married. We moved into an apartment in Lakeside, Fort Mitchell, Kentucky-ish. There's like 17 cities on top of each other. There, And we moved out of our apartment. We got married. We were married our last year of college. Did you know that?
Yeah, I think I knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We figured, why not? Why wait? So we're 21. We get married. And then at the day we graduated, we also moved into our first ever house. It's a shotgun house. It had plaster walls. Mm-hmm. I'm making the story way long. And so, when you get your first house, you want to put things on the walls and you do those things. I would usually be the one to anchor the frames and the things into the wall. Because plaster's tricky. I mean, you touch it, it just crumbles.
It's really hard.
Oh my goodness.
Hard to deal with.
One of the worst things ever is taking wallpaper off of plaster.
Never done it.
I did. It was horrible. And so we, do you remember that Pier 1? Mm-hmm. So Jenna buys these 2 frames from Pier 1. They are full of these cement, like fleur-de-lis looking, like, they're like this big, like 2 foot by 2 foot wide.
Okay.
And they have like cement art in them. They're
like
very
actual cement.
They're very heavy. I come home from work. She's hung both of them over our bed, and I'm like, "You did that?" She's like, "Yeah." Aren't you proud of me? I'm like, "Absolutely. That's incredible. I would have hated to hang those." Oh. Fast forward to about 2:00 in the morning.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
The cement frame fell and hit me square in the temple, and I felt like someone was taking an axe to my head. I have never in my life felt more pain or more shock or more fear in the middle of the night than that night.
How have you changed since that moment?
How have I changed?
Yeah. Did that have you ever thought?
Yes.
Have you changed? Did that change your mental...
my brain? Yeah. My mental clarity?
Yeah.
I'm sure.
I wonder if you were way different before that moment.
I've had a brain bleed for 30 years, 20 years. How long have I been married? 15 years?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
It was scary.
Good one.
Okay.
What else you been up to? What's been keeping you busy? What has been on your mind?
Yeah, playing in a garden, working on this weekend. We're starting a new series called Under Pressure. Yep. And I've been thinking through the pressure that we feel in this season, and then the pressure of what we felt in the season prior, in the old normal.
I don't understand. Help me.
So we're in this new normal. We're 40 days into this new reality, and it's like constant change. And Jen and I have been talking, and I'm gonna ask that question on Sunday. Do you remember what life was like 40 days ago?
Yeah.
And some of the reality in this is we were so consumed with stuff. So consumed with work. Some people are probably bored to death right now. Other people are like, man, look at how simple life is right now in front of me. And how I'm surviving. And some people are thriving. And the pressure of the old life is welling up in them because as the possibility of the future life comes back, I'm right there. I think I'm better at this life.
I am. I'm more well suited to thrive in this
Yeah.
in this environment. I'm afraid we're gonna go back to that life, and it's gonna be like, oh, I can't do this.
To be fair, we come into the office often though,
Yeah,
and you
probably
have
more
you
than we
have
should. Probably more than we
relationships.
should.
Yeah, you're not wearing a mask, breathing
yeah.
into that microphone. But I agree. Like, my wife is loving this right now because
Yeah.
the presence of this week, every kid has cooked a meal.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, we wouldn't have had time to do that.
Right.
With the social schedule and the sports, youth
Right.
sports is
Oh
like
my goodness.
It is
Yeah,
a-
I haven't really thought about that. For people who live in that constant
yeah.
running kids practices,
Yeah.
games and stuff, and for
I mean-
that, the bottom to fall out of that, I've really not thought about that.
How tired are your kids when they come home from school?
Yeah.
Our kids are like killing it. They're like, I don't know if the classwork is easier, but they're doing a great job.
Yeah.
So I've been just thinking through the pressure, because I feel more under pressure now, me personally, and Jenna would say she feels less under pressure.
Yeah.
And it's just interesting, like that dynamic of like, what side of that do you feel?
Yeah. That's interesting.
Because there's the pressure of loneliness, and in the old life, there's the pressure of keeping up.
Right. And so, a lot of it probably comes down to how you're wired,
Yeah.
personality-wise. That's interesting to think about. I'm somewhere in the middle, but
Yeah.
yeah. Wow.
What about Blair? Where do you think she's landing? Is she loving this? Is she missing? Blair is Jordan's wife.
Yeah, she's somewhere in between as well. I think there's some of it that that the pace is refreshing and fun, but also some. I mean, if you're a stay-at-home mom,
Yeah.
like there's a level, especially since I am leaving the house
Yeah.
more than a lot of other people, where it's
Yeah.
like I need a break from,
Yeah.
where it's like
You can get a break.
It can pile up. I get the break. She doesn't always get that
Yeah.
break. And so I think that's probably the challenge on her front. But yeah, she's enjoying it. I mean, our family's done well. Our kids like being home.
Mm-hmm.
Like Ellison is more, has more of a need to get out than Jonas. Jonas would literally stay home all day, every day. That would be his preference. He just loves being at home. So they've adapted well, though. They've done great with school, but it's,
Did you see the news yesterday?
uh,
Well, I got like 7 texts in about 5 minutes. Because on Instagram, the city came out with an update that was like, and they made mention of churches can't. So let me read this to you. Can I find it really quick? Did you see this already?
I did not see this because I don't know what you're getting ready to tell me.
Well, the cliffhanger is happening.
Yeah, this is good.
Oh man,
This makes for good radio.
It's everybody just wait. It's coming, I promise. And so I got this text. It's a picture of an Instagram post from the city of SLO.
Okay.
And it says, on April 22nd, San Luis Obispo County Public Health announced blah, 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 4 business sectors that are able to operate. The additional businesses sectors include houses of worship, can have drive-in services, as long as individuals remain in their vehicles and physical distancing is adhered to. Physical sharing or passing of items is highly discouraged.
Yeah.
Number 2, janitorial housekeeping services can operate.
Cool.
3, retail stores that sell fabric can operate.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
I've been at a fabric shortage. I have not known where to go.
Well,
to
I
get
think
my
it's for
fabric.
masks. I think it's for that.
That's smart.
And then, of course, drive-in theaters can operate and must observe public health department. So I just found it interesting that the first thing mentioned is houses of worship can have drive-in services. And so last night, backstory.
Yeah.
We got, this was one of the first things. We had a lot of people going, what if we did services at the drive-in?
Yeah.
So we emailed them and they said, no services for you.
Yeah.
Last night they came out at 11:30 on Facebook, and I think they must have been inundated with can we come see a movie? Can we rent your facility for graduation, for church? But they haven't. They're like, what do we do with the bathrooms? You're gonna sit and watch 2 movies for 5 hours and not go.
Huh.
So, anyways,
So what did they come out? What did they say?
they came out and said we're not open.
Okay.
So now,
don't even bother us. We're disinterested.
Yeah.
So wow.
Isn't that crazy? But how thoughtful of this city.
I missed that.
How thoughtful of this city to
that's
lead
cool.
with houses of worship can have
That's really
drive-in.
cool. That's really cool.
So maybe we could do some drive-in thing.
Yeah, maybe.
The joy on your face.
Maybe we can. I don't know.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool. No, I missed that. Totally missed that.
Would that give you
Yes.
anxiety?
Yes, of
joy?
course it would.
Would it give you joy?
No, zero joy.
Joy.
Maybe after the fact when it's done and I go, oh, that was good.
Yeah.
But leading up, oh, I'd be panicked. And how do we do this?
Yeah. Is it
driving? What am I doing?
Yeah.
What is this?
We need to be together, but it's like, is that weird? Yeah, I don't know. All right. Do we pop popcorn?
Individually. Can't pass it. That says it's highly discouraged.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That's interesting.
Yeah.
And where would you do it? It's not worth it.
Sunset, drive in, and
well,
they shut down, and they close.
Yeah. Sorry.
We
don't
go to a
buy-
field,
don't buy
though.
this.
We go to a field, so.
I guess so, yeah. Well, that's good.
Yep.
Anything else as we head into this weekend worth drawing our attention to? We just got a few minutes left here. Anything to kind of prime the pump, get us thinking for this new series, or you want to save that and let it
Yeah, we
just
could probably
kinda...
save that for Monday. But I think, we're doing this Under Pressure series, and I think we're just looking at different things that feel squeezed, just tough right now.
Yeah.
So kind of from a lens of inner self, what's tough for you inside your mind, inside your heart, your soul.
Yeah.
And then outside of yourself, we'll look at week 2 at like relationships, and because there's a lot of relationship stuff, right? It may not be visible all the time, but those quiet tensions, and I think we'll talk both about marriage and singleness and the under pressure feelings of both of those, and then just friendship. And then week 3 is Mother's Day. We're excited about Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Got some cool plans coming for that.
Yeah. How do you buy a gift this year?
You don't.
And my wife's birthday is right before that.
You change the posture of your heart.
What do I do?
You change yourself.
What do I do for her?
You give her the gift of a changed Jordan.
That's harder than getting flowers, I think. I could.
Well, a lot of flower shops are closed.
I think it'd still be easier to find flowers than to offer her a changed version of myself. Why do I need to change? What would you change? If you could change one thing about me.
That's not a question for me. That's a question for her.
She wouldn't change anything. She really likes me.
What I would change about you is I would
really
tell you to
likes me.
borrow your friend's ESPN login and just watch it. You're such a rule follower.
They're listening right now.
Who?
They.
ESPN?
They are listening.
The Disney company?
Your phone is listening. You know your phone's listening.
Hey.
We've talked about this before. You're gonna get. You're in trouble, man.
I just have to thank
And I'm clean.
Brad Bramer, Brad McMahon, Joe DeChico for their continued support.
Now they're going down
ESPN
with you. This
login.
is so bad. They're all. You just brought them all. Into
You can watch the draft, and it's
Well,
fine.
Just FaceTime me, and I'll watch it through FaceTime.
But that's cheating the system.
I don't know.
All right.
I think that's fair.
That's what I would change about you. I would change your willingness to just bend a little.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, that's not my strong suit.
What about me? What would you change about me?
Oh, I like you how you are.
No, come on. You're so nice. I did tell Jenna last night, like, you give constructive criticism very well because you're thoughtful.
You really think I do?
Yeah. You don't derail
Yeah.
thought.
I'm probably not.
You probably
I need to be sharper.
Yeah.
I think sometimes.
Well, me too.
Yeah.
I can spin. I need to be better at the constructive part of criticism, don't I?
It's what it varies from person to person. I don't know. I can't answer that. I'd prefer not to answer that.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. That's never been a strong suit of mine. It's something I've wanted to develop, like being able to tell people, like, hey, you could do this better in this way. Because that's I want that in my life, and so.
What do you think it is that keeps you from that? Because even leading worship, I like, are you reluctant to give feedback?
Yeah. So, and part of it I like about myself, like part of it's just who I am. Is I'm not a person who ever says you need to do that. Like if somebody comes to a situation to me, brings a situation to me, the way I give advice is never, okay, well, here's what you got to do. I always frame it in a softer, you know, from my perspective, if it were me, I would do this. But I could see,
Yeah.
and I like that about myself, that I do feel like I see a lot of perspectives in
Yeah,
every
you do.
situation.
You do.
And I've tried to work hard at that because I think there's value in that. But I've probably lost a little bit of the ability to go, okay, stop. This is what you need to do. And I go back and forth on whether I want to do that. I don't know. Sometimes that's a turnoff to me. Sometimes that
Like when people are
bugs
so
me.
directive.
When they just,
and
everybody's like,
don't
I know how to fix this. Here's what you do.
don't
It's
empathize.
like, okay, cool. Thanks.
I could probably see, and I could probably get some of that from you, and
That's why
you
we're a
could
good
probably-
team.
You could probably get
That's
some of
why
that
we're
from
a
me.
good team. Yeah.
You know,
I believe that. I
Yeah.
think it takes all types, and that's why, yeah. If I was working with somebody who was as gentle and wouldn't step on toes as much as I did.
hold on a second.
Yeah.
You are suggesting that I am not
You are
gentle.
aggressive and you step on toes. I don't know.
on
You said it, not me. So, yeah, but I think that's the beauty of different parts of the
Yeah.
body. So,
Well, I think it's different too, like in different seasons. So there have been seasons for me, seasons of like maybe, I don't know. I'm talking about this a little bit this Sunday, but like, I like being a person who performs well under pressure.
right,
To like rise to the occasion and say, we're going this way.
right,
But sometimes that can be a fault when that's just the constant like charge,
Right,
charge,
right.
charge. You know, like because some people need direction. Mm-hmm. I like to be that guy. Mm-hmm. See
good.
that?
Yeah, they're seeing it.
Yeah. But then I think it's also like, okay, but in unhealth, when it gets to a point of unhealth, of like grasping for control or dictating, how you think other people should,
Right.
that is not leadership. That
Right.
is dictator.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's not servant leadership. And you do a good job of servant leadership. So yeah, anyway.
Cool. Well, I think that's a good place.
We wish we
To
were all
wrap
like,
up.
all more like Jordan.
That's not true. No one's ever said that till right now. Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is a nice moment. That was a nice moment we had there to end the podcast.
All right.
We're looking forward to this weekend. Lots of good stuff. Looking
Jordan,
forward to
are you hurried to get off of this podcast? Right? We've got a lot going on today, don't we? We do.
Yes,
Okay,
we
keep
do,
going.
we
Keep
do.
going.
So-
I'm gonna let you close now.
Thank you. I appreciate that. A lot of good stuff this weekend. A lot of good stuff next week. Tony Gore,
Yes,
Monday night.
Monday
Tune into
night.
that time, 7.
We're gonna do 7 p.m. We'll record it to YouTube and make it available. We're gonna talk about depression, stress, exhaustion, how to navigate COVID life.
Yeah, that'll be great.
Yeah.
All our other stuff is ongoing.
Happening.
It's gonna be good. So stay connected. Reach out. We'd love to talk to you. Hope you're doing well.
Yeah.
Any final words?
Mother's Day is coming. Make sure you buy your flowers or change yourself.
Or change everything about yourself. That's the best advice we can give. Hope you have a wonderful day, and we will talk to you very soon.
Jesus loves you. So do
Jesus
we.
loves you.
See ya.
Peace.